Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
So, what to say, what not to say? Many things have been said, and almost everything is covered. So let's connect. I have put my talk. I have given it's a title. It's called Wings. Do you have wings? Line of the day. Your potential to succeed is infinite. Thank you, Anita ma'am, for giving me this opportunity, and thank you, audience, for and much more thanks to the viewers who have opened their webcams at the moment. And those who haven't opened, got my point. This is a motivation. Please open. Okay. So first of all, let's clean our minds, put it in a blank state for 5 seconds. I mean to say, don't think anything, just relax. Take 3 deep breaths before we are going to dive in. Are you ready for this? Let's relax. So here it goes. Take a deep breath first, slowly. Then the second, and then the last one. So I am feeling better now. So my stress was there. I don't know how to go, but I think now you also are feeling much better than the earlier. So here is the deal. How could we inspire people and ourselves to be self-motivated? There's another word. It's called empowerment. What we are discussing today, self-motivated or empowerment. You have heard that word, right? Lot many a times. I guess you have heard that empowerment, self-motivation. Now, what the management definition of empowerment is? Get it done. Just get it done with fewer resources and less time. I empower you. Make it happen, right? So I'm talking about feeling empowered. That's very different. I'm not talking about the theory aspect. I'm not going to the construct. I'm not going to the variable. I'm just making it very simple that how to get a vis-a-vis, how to get the interrelationship. Okay. Now, how to get to know you, your students, your children, or anyone around you is feeling empowered. How to know that? Just ask 3 questions if you can. Question number 1 is, can you do it? Can you do it? Albert Bandra called it self-efficacy. What my earlier panelists, Priyanka ma'am and Urushi ma'am has said, and even Shruti ma'am and all the other people, this named it differently, but it is self-efficacy. Maybe it could be competency. So do you believe you can do it? Do you believe you can do it? Do you have the knowledge? Do you have the skill set, time, and training to do what is being asked for? If the answer is yes, well, fine, good. Here comes the second question. Will it work? Can you do it? Will it work? Do you believe the whole process of work is going to work or not? Again, Albert Bandura calls that responsification, believing that the behavior you lead to the ultimate outcome. Again, if the answer is yes, then very great. You are doing super fine. Now the question number 3 is it worth it? Is it worth it? So first question was, can you do it? Will it work? Or is it, the third question is it worth it? So we have an educational question, we had a training question. Now this question is about the motivation question. Do you believe in the consequences? B.F. Skinner termed this as selection by consequences. Now, by the way, if all of your answers are yes, all those 3 questions, you feel competent, right? If all the answers is yes. Back out if any of the answer is no. But if move forward, if the answer is yes, then you can say that you are feeling competent, right? I cannot see the emojis or any answer or hands. At least please say yes or no. Please say yes or no. Yeah, let's make it more interactive. Now I can see, or you can do the same thing the last time we did. You can raise your thumbs up. So very quick. Thank you. Thank you so much. So this leads to self-motivation. Sometimes motivation is coming from outside, sometimes motivation is coming inside from you. Like you were not raising your hand, but there was something in your heart, in your mind, and I need you to do that. So this is an external kind of motivation. Motivation always exists inside you. Yes, of course, psychological empowerment means is an internal, intrinsic thing. Okay. So, can we frame a statement uh, assessing these three questions on the earlier panelists, what they have talked, and relate to ourselves? Can we frame a definition? So, let's make a definition, or you can say, yes, of course. So, how it can be? So, it's a multi-dimensional construct which involves an individual self-perceived capability to exercise control over life events through their own behavior and cognitive resources. So this is the definition what you can write with all those construct, all those input coming from. Again, coming back to myself, that was a teacher speaking the definition. So empowerment promotes psychological well-being in individual. Everybody has to agree with this. So this was the first part, empowerment, and especially psychological empowerment. The other part is stress. So answer me this very small question: is there always a stress, or sometimes you don't feel stress at all? Please go ahead. Is there always a stress, or sometimes you don't feel stress? If yes, then do like this. If don't, that means there is always a stress, say like this, and sometimes you don't feel, say like this. Okay, okay, okay. So that means you are showing me or telling me that there are times that you are not stressed at all. But really, seeing reactions feel good. You know this Newton's law of motion, third law. Every action is having equal and opposite reaction. So what I was saying, yes, stress. Uh, saying the word, only saying the word stress makes you feel stress, isn't it? But my question was, is there stress always? Yes, it is. There is always a stress. If those people who have said like this, they might be wrong. See, lots of scholars and researchers may can complement to that, or they can be contradicting to this. But it's called positive stress. The other one was negative, what you were thinking, and the other is you stress, that you say positive stress give you motivation. So there is a need of stress all the time. So I am now touching another thing which has not been touched yet. Now coming back to my title which I was keeping, which gives you wings to fly. Of course, it's a metaphor. You cannot grow your own wings. So wings to fly. So another question coming up: how many of you are having wings? I'll make it easier. Now let me classify it. Then you will come to know. Maybe no wings. You don't have any wings, which is not possible. Wings of what? Wings of to do things. Wings of to be motivated. Wings of to be empowered. So no wings, which is not possible. Hired wings is another. This is my concept which I developed late night yesterday only to be on wings. No wings, which is not possible. Hired wings, someone else is providing you his or her wings to do the things. That means you have not given the opportunity to be having opinion shape, anything like that. Or the other one is coming, capped wings. Your wings have been capped. Your resources are limited. You have to do within the range. You have been set with a boundary. Thinking beyond the boundary is not possible. Third type of wing is capped wing. The fourth is competent wings. You are having your wings, and the wing is very much competent. You can do anything. Like insect is having a wing size 8 times size of his own body, maybe to support him or that particular insect, or they can vibrate or fly at very high speed so that they can stay. So that is competent, whether the size, whether the speed, whether anything. So do you have your competent wings? And the other thing is trimmed wings. What we are talking about these days, women empowerment, child empowerment, trimmed wings. Wings have been trimmed. You were having, but those have been trimmed. So this again gives you a negative feedback, or again make you feel stressed or less empowered. And the final, consistent growing wings. So now you have no wings, hired wings, capped wings, competent wings, trimmed wings, and the lastly is constant growing wings. So now I'll ask then the same questions. How many of you have wings? Everybody? Now I am not going to ask, this is very personal question, that what kind of wings you are having right at the moment. Decide yourself, think about it for a second. Answer is with you only. Well, so how to achieve empowerment or relieve stress? Uh, my fellow panelist, ma'am, said to do exercise. So how to? I'm giving a point. You can keep it, jot it down, or maybe keep it remembering. So first is do a quick exercise. You can do anything you want. Do something tactile. Tactile. Use slime, make slime, and touch it. Popping the bubble wrap. Many of you are using that. वो नया फ्रिज कुछ आता है उसमें से फौरन ले लेते हैं and you start popping them. So that is a bubble wrap. Another maybe if you are fond of Instagram right now or any platform, this simple dimple, this is coming up. Simple dimple. So you can use that simple dimple. It's a toy which will relieve your stress. Another thing, give yourself a massage or put your brain in arranging anything like organizing your table, your notes, even your shoes. You can polish them and keep, again polish them and shine them and keep if you are. You can throw all matchsticks of the box and put it one by one. You can do like that. It will relieve your stress. It could be dance like no one is watching, or maybe singing like no one is listening. Take a warm shower. Try knitting. Many of you can relate this what you do. Cook something which you like most. Give your muscles stretch. Hold for 5 seconds and then relax. Already told. Meditate. Breathing consciously. We are doing that. Have a cognitive thinking. Have a rationale. That means filter. Everything goes inside and it's up to you what you are going to retain, negative aspect or the positive aspect. To filter all those negative thoughts. Create boundaries. Avoid being multitasking at the time. Like ma'am said, ma'am has this kind of issue that she is a multitasker and she is involved all the time. So avoid being multitasking at times, not at all the times. Especially during stress time, don't be else they will keep hammering you. Do this again, let it complete. So don't be multitasking when you are already feeling a stress situation. And another thing that could be get lost into a story. That means whether you read it or write a story. Make a story of yourself. Don't just dictate words. Don't write like an essay. Don't be an academician at this point. And then finally, you can reward yourself. Reward yourself is the best thing you can do. So keep rewarding yourself again and again. So there are many ways to resolve your short-time stress. But what about chronic stress? There's another thing, chronic stress. If the stress you cannot remove it, then what you should do? Like Professor Diwakar asked a question that what about chronic or external factors which you cannot change? Many a time it happens. So then just accept it, acknowledge it, or maybe you can even resist it, but don't show reaction. Just sit down with your head and let the time pass by, learn new things, then you can assess the situation, how to get out of it. Okay, so now we know to be physically empowered, we should have self-motivation, self-control, track your stress, acknowledge it, accept it. Somebody said self-determination, yes, that you should have the opinionship, you have the decision power, that you have given the wings to fly by yourself. You should be very much focused on your work, but not multitasking. You should be competent, and yes, of course, impact. So impact is what you can make on others and on yourself. That's the question number 3, which I asked. Impact. What you are. So many of you might be thinking, this why this person is telling these things which I'm already knowing, and maybe feeling little uninterested. But the fact is, my dear colleagues, professors, respected dignitaries, what we say, think, listen, and write again and again get embossed in our heart and mind. We all are social animals of nature. So we need to talk, listen, And this empowerment is not only psychological, it's socio-psychological. If you feel so, why not share your thoughts now with us? Let us listen you more. But before that, hold a pen and a paper. Write anything absolutely brilliant and confident statement for yourselves. Anything. It should be a one statement why you are awesome. That word, that line should contain why you are awesome. And when you are done, just show it to each one of us. That's what you have written. It could be 3 words, it could be 7 words, it could be 1 word that defines you, but you should be feeling like awesome. And believe me, put this statement in on your desk, on your wall, anywhere you want, and you will feel the change. Read it. So who is showing me first? Who is showing their statement? No, we cannot see it very
Shall
clearly.
I read it out?
Yeah, Kirti ma'am, go ahead.
I am brilliant in whatever I do.
So whatever she does, she is brilliant. She is awesome. Deepal ma'am, you were showing.
I'm a woman of substance. I'm powerful.
Powerful. See. Okay, Priyanka ma'am. Please, can you read it? We cannot
I
see.
am who. Yeah, because I am who I am.
You are who you are. Okay. So we are getting again lots of insight. So this is what we are doing. We are trying to motivate ourselves, maybe more short term. But if when you will remember this session, my talk, maybe you can relate to. Urvashi ma'am, your hand is up.
I am the universe. The universe is me.
So again, you are multitasker. That's why you reach to the epitome, universe. Yaten sir.
I am my favorite.
He is his own favorite. Correct. Anita ma'am.
I love myself.
Okay, you love yourself. Yash ma'am.
My hard work, my honesty, and my determination towards my work makes me feel empowered and happy.
Okay, so only work makes you feel empowered? Another, who? We want something from our VC sir. Sir, please.
Okay. I am awesome because of those around me.
So that's great. That's great. So we cannot take. Okay, one final. I'm taking Arohi ma'am.
Always a winner.
Always a winner. So now we see. So maybe we were stressed out. We were feeling lack of motivation. So if you keep these kind of activities doing, I am the best. Vandana ma'am said. So at last, I would like to end my talk with this: healthy mind dwells in a healthy body, and vice versa. आपका mind अच्छा है, आप physically fit होंगे, then many things can be done. Or reverse. So drink well, not drinking in that sense. Drink lots of water, think lot of things. Eat well, sleep well, manage your time, and try to think about what you can do about yourself. Try to accept the negative things you're having. Try to create a filter, a sieve in your ears. Sometimes you need to listen. सुन नहीं रहे हो. Like situations comes और सुन नहीं रहे हो. बैठे हो ऐसे अपने काम ही करते चले जा रहे हो. So that's again an issue of work-life balance. Sometimes your little babies or kids are agents of despair or agents of stress, and sometimes when you reach home, you open the door and they welcome you so warmly. So the same person becomes your stress buster. So it's up to you. It's your thing that what you have to do. So lastly, I'm ending this with Urdu couplet, and that was given by Iqbal Sahab. नहीं तेरा नशेमन कसर सुल्तानी के गुंबद पर. Means, okay, let me complete it. नहीं तेरा नशेमन कसर सुल्तानी के गुंबद पर, तू शाही है बसेरा कर पहाड़ों की चट्टानों में. So that means if you're a bird, that doesn't mean you're going to sit on a dome of a Taj Mahal. You have to make your home in caves, rocks. Shahi is that bird hawk. So this was by Shoaib, and anything you want you can ask. I can see Anita ma'am hand is up, so I'll be more happy to answer. Let me shift the camera. Thank you so much for listening.